So I just went out to go see Monkey Man last night, around 7:30ish, and oh my goodness, this film lived up to what I've been hearing all about it. This film is literally just a pure vengeance film that is just action vengeance. It's amazing. Now, this is a spoiler-free review, so I'm not trying to get into any spoilers or anything, but there's got to be a few things that I'm just going to say there might be just a bit, because there's no way I can get through this without saying just a little bit, because it's hard to explain this movie without even saying a bit of anything. The origins of this character is a great origin story. The absolute way that he fights is just absolutely insane and is super different than any other fighting style I've seen. This film kind of reminds me of John Wick, and there is a point in the film where they even make a reference to John Wick. Now, I did a little bit of research, and I was wondering, like, oh, well, what inspired this movie? Did John Wick inspire this movie? Like, I mean, I would have assumed so, since it's so much heavy-faced on action, but I thought it would have been heavy-faced on action, but there's a lot more story depth to this as well than just guns and shooting and fighting. Now, before I get into, like, what inspired the film and whatnot, I'm just going to talk about the director. So, Dave Patel he's had a rocky history with movies, but having him put Jordan Peele in this movie, like, to produce it, is probably one of the best movies he's ever made, because this literally is an absolute banger film. Also, if you want to know what I'm talking about by he's had a rocky history, I'll just go ahead and pull up a picture here of 2010's The Last Airbender film, which he directed, by the way. Now, moving on to what inspired the film, I was looking it up and trying to find some ways of what actually had inspired this film. I originally thought it was John Wick, of course, because a lot of this does look like John Wick action, but no, I've been looking around and think it's just inspired by Hinduism, which, the god I think the movie's based on is, Hanuman. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hanuman. I would just put it up here. But then I was seeing people say they think it's from the actual, like, show from Disney Plus, which I don't know how that makes sense. Disney didn't create this god character. It's really just it's just a Hinduism thing. But people think that what I've been seeing online is just people think it's from they took inspiration from the show, like, called what's it called? Oh, it's just called The Legend of Hanuman, and I think it's a Disney Plus show. But it's hard for me to believe that they took inspiration from a show that took inspiration from Hinduism. But hey, I don't know the full story. I don't know if they took inspiration from the show or whatnot. So I can't be saying if they did or what they didn't do. So I'm just saying that this movie is absolutely a must-watch. This is an amazing movie that I just went with a bunch of friends to go see, and we had a blast watching this movie. It was just unexpected to see how much violence was in this. And I think Monkey Man is just an amazing movie overall. You should go see it, and yeah, this is Mason signing out.